Let's try again. We have the faith. We have the sound. No echo. Excellent. Ho ho. Subscribers, let me know. Is that good? Are we on? Let's try again. Pretend that first part didn't happen. 2 thumbs up. Over and out. Hello, Angela. Thank you, sister. We're loud and clear. Apologies if I blew any speakers. All good. Yes, I. Thank you. DJ Emergency Rewire Selector. I'm not a channel to delete my videos. You'll notice they do stay. I do have what's the back catalogue for you to search through. I use that for reference points of good and bad, and also as a personal indication of my journey and pathway and cognition for others to see. So thank you. Brilliant. Excellent. Let's see if we can get back to where we was. I'll start again from the beginning. Sorry about the delay. I've taken some time today. Spent it with the family and chilling out. I've had 4 days off so far, and that's been like an eternity, to be fair. It has been quite a long time in the expanse of an indigo's mind compared to running around Birmingham and getting home and reading emails and getting on the phone and talking to you, whoever it is that requires connections, and then my own connections, my personal connections. And yeah, it's there's not much time to blink. It's fully occupied, this finite time. So I'll try and remember what I said earlier, bearing in mind what day it is, and we'll say hello, salutations, wishes. I'm going to share this on the .com and on the Book of Fakeness. All right, so let's just see if we can up the view count and say that we've sorted the audio and we're back on. Bear with me while I'm sharing. If you can find anywhere to put the link, be my guest. Be my guest. That's is the .com. Thank you, D-Star, for the added security. I do like that. Right then, so a little bit of luck. I'll put it on the .com. I'll let everybody collect up. Oh, I just got to copy the previous post, save me writing it out again because I'm lazy like that. And we'll crack on. Happy the 25th of December. Solstice. Happy solstice, one and all. Me and the family. Here we go, that's good, that's looking good. Yes, yes, yes. Control B. Control and A, that's all. Control and T, keyboard shortcuts. There we go, that's just been put on the .com for us to see now, my profile. I do believe, yes it has. Thank you for the rejoin. I hope you've all had a lovely day, spent time with your family, done things that you didn't normally have time for. I've had my head in USBs and hard drives, sorting out photos, documents. I'm going to be uploading lots to the .com over the next few days. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of screenshots and documents and PDFs and the like, and holiday journeys, excursions, trips and adventures, and collecting everything up, doing stuff that I haven't had any time to do at all throughout the last 10 years. Good. I've done a lot in the 4 days. It's been really nice. Really good. So these 4 days have seemed like an eternity. Welcome, family, one and all. I did say earlier, if you are on your own, I heard a news report on Friday the 21st on the wireless, as I was about my commercial and private travels. It said that there was a bloke from Iran, and he was telling his story about now being homeless and how easy it is to become homeless. Um, and he was saying on his story that at his heyday, he was selling thousands of meters, yards, yarns, whatever it was, of thread in New York at the exhibitions every year. And now he's got some bad fortune, and the market economy, you know, certain things, variables have happened, and he's found himself with no family and a foreign country and no income and no prospects. And he was a relatively successful gentleman fellow and brother, honourable and no fault of his own. He was saying how he is and how he's finding it. And the bottom line here is that he said he had no family because he was in immigration from immigration war torn um, country, and his family had been devastated, blown up. Um, and I was sat there thinking, well, you have got family. We're all family. You've been compartmentalized into thinking that you have no family because your biological family of which you spawned and the lady of which was your queen, yeah, and you know, your seed that you spawned and your vibration, your light and consciousness that you left on this planet, yeah, is gone. You've seen that blown up via, you know, I'm trying to remember what day it is here. I'll keep it vague, but foreign war policy and conflict rendered this man without a family, basically. He's over in the countries whose foreign war policy rendered him without a family to earn a crust. Get your head around that, for one. Number two, because of that, he says he's got no family. And I'm like, well, yeah, we're all family. This is the point of the way we sit and see ourselves, and, you know, the way that we think mentally, we're conditioned. It's a crime. So, thank you to all that have joined, and yeah, I've shared it, the.com, on SPOs, on Facebook, on the new profile that I've made. We have a Patreon made also recently, of which I'll share later on. What's going off? I'll do it on the second hangout that we'll have later, once I've had a break from this one. So let me go to the chat and see who's saying what. The Jolly Sovereigns. Here we go. That's better. 19. Here we go. Andy, Shadow, Will, Rose Tinted. Yes, we are back. Mr. DJ had to go to the back of the system and rewire Bad Earth. I'll leave it at that. Yes, Jason. Shadow, I've had an excellent day. Been really good. Resting, sorting out, like I say, documents, folders. I'm going to beef up the .com over the next few days heavily. And yeah, it's just been really good, relaxing, no stress, no pressure. All is good. Love and peace to you and yours. Thank you, Sister Angela. All right then, so we've had the Queen's speech today, and it was all of 10 minutes, and I did say we'd reflect on this. Let me go to my emails. Unread. So SPL's Pro has got 6 in there. Okay. Respond to messages. That's from a brother, Stefan, that's spoke to me. The phone's been really busy. It is really busy. I've shut it down for a bit. I'm actually off the keyboard. We're not doing any work as such. The office is closed. We're not in the office. All right, Nonna, I see your email. I'll look at these later on over the next few days, leisurely. No stress. No one has asked to join the hangout as such, so that's good. We'll keep it short. Not even I can drag out a 10-minute Queen speech over 5 hours, so that won't be happening. I'm going to get the other part of YouTube loaded up, and we'll have a go at them. Just move my stand. I get there's 2 speeches actually I'd like to look at. We've got the Queen's Christmas message for 2018, 9 minutes and 1. All right, then that'll do. Again, we'll have to go with the sound and see what happens. Let me know if the quality is good. You should get the sound with a fragmented picture. The picture will be good. Let's go. All right. Let me just get all my private stuff shut down. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, emails. I'm shutting that down for the moment. Let's go. You ready? Think I know what I'm doing. Application window. That one. We're going to share this. Yes, I'm going to say present to everyone. Come on. Yes, Shadow, you can join, but later on. Not a problem. Later on, we're having another hangout after this. All right, so you can join this one. All right, after. Not a problem. Let me just get off that because you'll be going blurry. Let me just check the video now that you actually can see what I... Yes, you can. I get told to make the screen bigger when I do this so you can read actually what I'm doing. Famously. There we go. Maybe a bit too big. Let me see. It is about 30 seconds delay on this. Bosh, there we go. So I watched this earlier that was given by the newspaper that the brothers and sisters of Liverpool boycotted the Chelsea ban. The Sun Ra. Notice that the Sun, very popular, isn't it? All right then, let's go for the 8 minute 15, 9 minutes. We'll see what's going on here. No one's going anywhere. All right. Hopefully the audio will be good. Mine's muted. It should still play. All right. Go full. Yep. Let me try the video on here. I'll try with you. Or we can read subtitles instead of having audio. But I'd like the Queen on. Think I know how to fix this. Wait, fam. I think it's this. Couldn't have done that. I'm back. Don't worry. We'll do the subtitles. We're not going to have audio. I've got too many problems. Let's go. Enjoy. I can't make the subtitles any larger, I don't think. I can move them up somewhere where the comments are. I don't know how to... Show of war. All right there. Unity. Demonstrating unity. Gratitude. Of course, your father served with the Royal Navy during the First World War. He was royal, and it's his navy. That's why you too. It's your own navy. Christmas is a time to remember the dead. Yeah, all right, I'll go with that. We would not grieve if we did not love. Yeah, it goes hand in hand. You're Master Yoda here. Oh, speaking of love, from death to love, royal wedding. Okay, all in white, pure, very nice. All in your war suit. Mushrooms there, John. Red and white. Mushrooms, red and white. Blue. 70th birthday, the Prince of Wales. Aye, lucky man. Some cultures believe long life brings wisdom. Cultures are grown in a petri dish. Wisdom, well, we got man in a tent homeless. I don't know if we're wise. Human beings have a huge propensity for good and yet a capacity for evil. Even the power of faith, not religion, which frequently inspires great generosity and self-sacrifice, can fall victim to tribalism. Tribalism! The brown folk, look at her. But though the many changes I have seen over the years, faith, family, and friendship, oh, I Dodo, have been not only constant for me, but a source of personal comfort and reassurance. Well, let's just carry on, then I'll pause it, then we'll have a chat and go back to the chat room. In April, the Commonwealth heads of government met in London. Over to business. All right, then. She used the word tribal there. I wasn't just picking stuff out. That's a bit like self-sacrifice can fall victim to tribalism. We're great, but we're our own worst enemy. Is that what you're saying there? Well, I'd argue we are when, common sense and doing the right thing would be now at Christmas, at Xmas, remembering the correct story of Christ and, turning thy cheek, helping the others that are less fortunate, goodwill to all men. And if that means that we have to sacrifice a little bit, then so we should. We're 4 minutes 7 seconds into this 9 minute recap of a 10 minute message, so it's got almost its entirety. So we're moving on to the Commonwealth in April, from war and how we've done a wedding. She's moving very fast here. This is what's happened this year in the family. This is the family update then I see so far. It's nothing to do with the economy, the unruly civil war we have at the minute in the form of Brexit, or we'll give her a chance. Like, I've actually seen this, but whilst we are here though, let me just get my dexterity and get back to here and say, does it screen share on that? Do I get to see the chat room down here? Yeah, we're a bit stressed out. Yes, I do. All right then. Stand by. Anything could happen here. Leosi and I on Meghan's crown. Message. Whoa, freedom awaits. I don't know about that. You've got a swear word in there. We may agree, but it's just the monarchy and those words, and we'll leave that where it is. Yes, I agree with what you are saying, your sentiment there. So don't worry, freedom awaits. But yeah, we're going to continue on. Yeah, don't get angry. Just remember what day it is and who she is and what's going on. Shadow, yes, you can join. All right, then. Carrying on, then. Carrying on. Come on. I will read a little bit as well. Reflect, and we're catching on later on. I'm going to sit with our last for a bit after this, and we're carrying on midnight. We're having a midnight Sovmath, all right, later on. It's already set up. I'll put the link into the hangout. Where do we get to? Constant faith family. Yeah, no, she said faith. All right. We, Andy Sovereign Smith, David Gerra of the Jeremita Estate Tribe. I'm tribalist, my love. Yeah, things do get a bit tribalist, I'm afraid, or what, naturalistic when we find out what we found out over the last year, 3 years, but especially the last year. Faith. Okay, there. Keep the faith. Search my video, my catalogue. There's a fist, Northern Soul. icon there. Keep the faith. We have faith, yes. We have faith, hope, and harmony. We have faith, family, and friendship. There's a ship there. We're not on the ships anymore. We're getting off these ships. We're brothers and sisters. We're a family. As I said about the man from Iran who considers himself familyless, no family. He's got a massive family. If anyone sat there listening to this that's solitary now, alone, recently or for a long time, you're in the family. That's it. Nice one. Welcome. Thank you. Interesting words here. Interesting choice of words and words we already use and we pick up upon. Pick up upon. Okay, yeah, we saw that. April, the Commonwealth heads of government met in London. Yes, they did. Okay. What? My father welcomed just 8 countries to the first such meetings in 1948. Right, the Commonwealth. Everybody knows what the Commonwealth is. It's an extension of the United Kingdom body corporate. Well, actually, don't hold me to that verb, straight up. I'm paraphrasing it. It's similar to the United Kingdom. It's separate, actually, to the United Kingdom. That's why it's called the Commonwealth. It has a different title, status, standing, capacity, function, time period when it was established and everything. But the Commonwealth, West Africa, India, 8 countries to the first such meetings in 1948. Yes, these Commonwealths we've looked into, Australia, so forth, and your what do you call it now when you go over there and you plant the flag and you colonize, the naturalization of the aliens and the tribesman will go ab origine and stop there. But okay, 8 countries, interesting statistic. Now the Commonwealth includes 53 countries with 2.4 billion people. A third of the world's population are now in the Commonwealth. But is that a good thing, would you argue? Is that we opted to go in there through full disclosure and knowledge, and have we elected the correct ones to go in there and voice our, no, we haven't. No, the people have done this, and it's all running. It's a system running for itself. What she's telling you is the system was looking after itself there, and it was little back then, but now a third of the world's population is in it. Well, this Commonwealth suffered somewhat of a beating, a lashing, we'll say, a capsizement of its size, because a lot of these countries have actually got their independence now from the Commonwealth and broken off from it. So you'd argue that the Commonwealth is actually shrinking, and the old saying there that the sun never sets on England, the sun never sets on Britannia. It certainly does now. Anyway, we're moving on. Sorry, sidetracking, but that's what I'm here for. That's what this video is about. World's population lies in the bonds of it. Bonds. It does lie in the bonds. Correct word there. Correct word. A bit like when I saw brother thingy Jordan Maxwell talk about the interest you're showing in that lady, and he'll make her your partner. Unhealthy interest, none of your business. Bonds of affection. It promotes a common desire to live in a better, more stable, peaceful world. Okay. Even with the most deeply held differences, treating the other person with respect and as a fellow human being. They're not person, the fellow man should be the word. You choose your words carefully. Yeah, so I would have chosen, like them portraits are chosen and placed there specifically, and these flowers are, and these flowers match those flowers, and this here matches that, this skin here matches the general feeling of this here, because whatever. This brooch is symbolic of what? Well noticed. Yes, I like what you're doing with the what you're allowed to see in the background. But men with respect and as fellow human beings, yes, is always fellow sentient souls, was what we say. We agree with that. Always a good first step towards greater understanding. All right, so the homeless and the ones in the tent, the universal credit sufferers, the ones going to food banks. Let's say that on Friday the 21st, that man didn't have his payment of universal credit, and he's got to go all weekend to get to what? You got Saturday the 22nd, Sunday the 23rd, and then you got Monday the 24th. Wonder how many issues there was on Monday the 24th, which has rendered men of the United Kingdom, land Anglo mass, yes, without money, food bank, in hardship right now, suffering to allow yeah, because they haven't had the chance to do anything else through this deceptive measure, and they've gone begging and for their, you know, privileges. And it's not coming, it's not mentioning anything about the scandal there, but understanding, yes, in Masonic terminology, when you're building something and it's going to be big and heavy, you would go down after a certain while and look at the foundations, okay, and you'd look at the brickwork and what you'd set down there. You know, you're building a massive building, and you go back and have a check, and you'd look underneath and you check all your supports and pillars and beams and load-bearing walls and things, and you'd be underneath the building, and you'd be underneath, you'd be under the standing. The standing is what's above you, and when you go underneath, you get a better understanding of the standing above you. So it comes from the standing of the building, and the understanding is to get so when you are under it, you understand because you stand under and have a look. So that's all we're doing here. And we stand under everything, we have a look, and we come back up and say, smells like. Lovely games. Not important. Commercial. Advertising again. Doesn't affect oh, right. Okay. United Colours of Benetton. It must be good. Yeah. Like, look, they're all happy and smiling. Yes, yes. Okay. And happy and smiling. Goodwill. Christmas Story retains its appeal. Does it? Does it really? The Christmas Story was that you said it is a story, his story. It retains its appeal. It doesn't provide theoretical explanations for the puzzles of life. Instead, it's about the birth of a child and the hope that birth 2,000 years ago brought to the world. Hope, eh? Faith. Yeah. Few people acknowledged Jesus when he was first born. Now billions follow him. Well, look, love, when you're alive, it's hard to get fame, to be fair. It's hard to get noticed. As soon as you die, that's it. You're in. You're well in everything. You're famous. It's, I'd argue that it's a bit more than a story there. It's an encoded message. It's an event. We've rinsed that, and our Andy Sovereign Smith and the others that we've found along the way, Romley, and the glossa and the dogma and the Latin that we've perplexed with the understanding and the understanding, the overstanding, the moving away from the legalese, going into Hebrew, Sanskrit, Sumer, Babylon, Arcadia, Arcad, Mesopotamia, Göbekli Tepe, the Battle of Gilgamesh. It's proper, yeah, brilliant. Peace on earth and goodwill to all is never out of date. Earth is viewed as a vessel in the seas of space. Okay, so the vessel in the seas of space. Very interesting there. That's why you have blood vessels, all right? This is why they have the Roman Catholic seas of space when they have the universal unified commercial codes, which is the UCC. The UCC, do you see now, Captain, that you should have used the key to defeat the UCC at the age of majority, and we didn't use the key, and they used the UCC in the international corporate realms of commerce, and they say that the seas of trade and commerce stretch out even to the seas of space. So it takes you back to the Star Trek, what have I mentioned before in previous videos? It's called something. You don't mess with the Prime Core Directive, do you, Data? Data will mention that for you. So yeah, talking about never out of date calendars, 13 months, 28 days. We're not even in the right date. So talking about goodwill, man is using their will, and everybody's dead. Dave is getting out, to be fair, and out of date. These calendars, whether they be Gregorian or Malayan, Mayan, Aztec, Sumerian, Babylonian, we've worked out that as well through the astro-theological principles of the celestial movements and times and man's megalithic blocks and monuments left. And it turns out that the man that helped write these Bibles, these two bull books, books of bulls, he's out of time because he can predict future years, in hundreds of years in the front to the exact pin moment in time. So it's out of time on that, and our time's been manipulated by the ones that purport to have better blood better lineage, and better standing in status and capacity. Kneel, get on your knees and kneel before somebody who demands. I don't demand anybody show me outside in the realm. We don't demand or expect anybody to suddenly come out of a black Benz, white Benz, came in a white one, left all these things that happen outside that give you this status and standing in red carpets and VIP, shutting down Louis Vuitton because I'm a rapper and I'm going to spend some money. I don't give a, you know what I mean? This is the life, and, bowing and being subservient. No, we are not subservient. We are bang on time, and we're going to carry on. I've digressed enough. Tell you what's needed as much as ever. A very happy Christmas to you all. Well, thank you. Yeah, to the homeless as well. That is as well. Yeah, to the ones without, to the ones suffering. To allowing their own punishment, demise, submitting your rights, not reserving, reserving all rights and wavering none, such things as black checkered floor, big cross, nice symbology. And we don't need to watch all of this. We can skip through it then and go through the choir boys' performance of whatever it is. I will put the link in of this channel for the news. This is not copyright anybody. CBS News is there. CBC. Let's get the channel right if we're going to highlight who it is. Charlie Bravo Charlie News. Thank you very much for that. Nothing about Grenfell. Okay, surprising. Nothing about Brexit. Nothing about Theresa May. Thank you for the news clip. That was brought to you by this channel and this link. Let me reset my functions. Oh, it's not liking it. It's not liking it. Great idea, keyboard designers. That's another thing you do when you make a keyboard, isn't it? A laptop, put the mic in the keyboard. Great funny. 10 minutes. It wasn't a lot, was it? So yeah, 10 minutes. That's all you get there. That's truly incredible. Brexit not mentioned. Grenfell not mentioned. What's happening if there's a because it's Crimbo. All right then. So I've managed to come on and do longer than, how long have I been on? Good Lord, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and I'm trying to keep it brief, and keep it a little bit okay, everything's fine, let's keep the glitter on everything. Don't anybody breathe too hard, we don't want the candles to go out. Or can we all just tiptoe around and pretend that you're not watching the Beebs repeats, or you're not on the Skies repeats, or you're not let me just screen sharing. Let me see the 9:20. I need to go to the chat room a second. See who's in the house there. 30 of you watching, 30 of you for having a brain. I'm going to stop screen sharing. That'll just make it life easy for us. Thank you for having a brain and for watching and caring and for wanting to better yourselves in some way, or to get on here and have a chat and give me a message. Shadow, the royals eat kids. Kids are deemed as goats. I know what you're saying, as in our property assets, but it's a bold claim to make. But with what David Icke has said recently, I can acquire Adam and Eve. It, to be fair, my brother, they never show her feet because she has who? Flat Earth Espresso. Hey yo, that's funny. Thank you for all your work, Flat Earth Dude. Thank you, brother. When you thank me, you thank yourself. I am you. You are I. This is how it goes, and this family's growing. The .com, SPLspro.com is stable, secure, fast, and I'm about to inject it with so many more documents and posts and archive video uplinks later today. This evening, it's now 9:30 GMT. We'll call it 12 o'clock, 12:30. I'm coming back on to give you a history of my watch history and a few speakers for you to have a look at that I haven't actually shared with you, and going back a full year through what we've done. I'll have a look at some of the videos I've made, the topics we've covered, having Santos on, and his soulmate Violet was truly incredible. That's obviously highlight of the year. for me without a shadow of a doubt. That did take me 3 years to sort out, and I have chatted to him on Sun and Moon and introduced by Sister Karen, Astral Patricia, Beer Guy. Yeah, man. So it's all going forwards. I can't seem to locate Lockdown Romley. I have got an email for Justinian Woodlands that gave it me on Facebook. I don't know if that's real, but lifting the veil. He's my man. He is the man. I love that man. He needs to get in touch with me, and I need to get in touch with him. I'm making the effort. Anybody that's friends with Lifting the Veil, we're going to cover this later on. Don't panic. We're going to get these links in. Incredible brother. As I said on the first cast with the Echo volume vibe, he's like a cross between Santos Bonacci, Nikola Tesla, Eric Dollard, John Hutchins, and what's that guy that's just come back making an alien film now that I forget his name. Bob Beck's not Bob Beck. That's a colloidal silver. Bob somebody, is it? Yes. I can't think, but thank you all. That's terrible. 10 minutes of flab. She did that because there's a few old people out there, old folk, brothers and sisters that like to watch, the Queen's speech and hear and expect, and she's good. It's good for, what was that? An American news channel, 240,000 views in so many hours because she's a public figure, and it's good for economy and business. Doesn't mean that anything was just right and proper in that cast there that was just on the national channel, and then broadcast across the realm. So what I'm saying is, nothing of substance or form that's going to help anybody there, I'm afraid, Famalan. And it's just truly incredible that such important topics and any safeguarding, reassurances, backstop, the Conservative Party disbanding, the sexual claims in the Labour Party, the deaths in the trusts. There's loads going off. That guy, the Speaker of the House of Commons, and his bullying, racist, sexism. It's all going off here. And wow, yeah, later on I'm going to encapsulate it in a bit more detail, and you're going to see some videos that are going to make your eyes water. I don't mean that they're horrible. I'm just saying that they are of such a stature that you won't believe it. You will not Adam and Eve this. Your mince pies and your shell likes will be cleaned phonetically, acoustically. I forgot what I wanted to do now. We're all good. We're all caught up. Let me catch your comments. I'm posting a link in for the next hangout. That's what I'm doing. Right, the next hangout, the next event is in a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours. We'll say 12:30. I'll change the time. I'm going to say thank you to Tube subscribers, the family, new subscribers to come, scribes, shamanistic scribers. You went to your scribe back in the day to get something in law sorted out, so you knew you were safe. Pay them handsomely as well. Right, so the next link, it's not the Jolly Sovereign, David. 1 minute. I did post it in the first one. Bear with me. Okay, then it's gone. That's not funny. There's a lot of technical issues I'm having lately. Don't mind telling you. I'm recovering from a pounding on a data level, and I'm collecting and backing everything up, and I'm glad that I have things saved externally, and I do back up everything. Don't rely on the Skynet Cyberdyne T101 system called the cloud. That's no good. It's not very private. Make sure you get something external that's separate and that you've got, close and safe when you're storing your private stuff away from a password encoded laptop, and anybody can pick a USB up, look at it, a memory drive, make sure you've got it sorted out, locked off. Patreon, I've told you about. I've made a Patreon channel, so you'll be able to request a hangout, you'll be able to request a topic, and I will come on and do it and present it. It can be given public, and you can donate to the Patreon channel, or it can be done privately, and it can be kept private for you if it's a private subject, topic, issue. We can do that both. That's an extension of the .com from SPLspro.com and the conference idea that we had for consultations in a lawful private, capacity that we're enjoying and going through. So that's expanding well and growing good. I've had countless of phone calls, chatting to you, YouTube, Facebook, randoms that I meet, that get the number. But finite time, it's important we remember. I've talked about time and being outside of time and dates and calendars, and the finite time we have, it's important that we use it well. That's all we're doing here, utilizing it. So yeah, we're gonna have a hangout later. There is no link because it's disappeared, and it was saved, and I did set an event. So yeah, I'll make another one if you're about later, about 12ish, 12 bells. Bit of a midnight mass again, sort of mass, and we'll go extensively into a few more issues and topics and subjects. Shadow, if you're about, you can join. Of course you can. Email David at splspro.com, and let me go back to the room, see you guys, and then the brothers, the sisters, and I'll see you in a bit. Yes, Lev, how you doing? UK Media, try MeWe. Gab and Mines, we did try MeWe about a year ago. I looked into who owned it, the corporate, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's private. Oh, it's anonymous. They can't see nothing. It's encrypted. And no, look, it's just another gimmick. We have a few issues with privacy, but we've got round that, and we're all right. Thank you, UK Media, though that's not a dig at you, and use what you want, do what you want. When Trump ends the Fed next term, the pressure will turn on the Bank of England. Fear is going to hang out to dry. Yeah, we need to meet some crypto kids. Anybody that's got made friends with or got knowledge, technical insight into the crypto, 5G, fourth industrial complex revolution that's going off at hand with the removal and the forgetting and the eradication of intelligence consciousness, that would go cap in hand with such things as the 1882 bills of exchange, transfer by endorsement, all these type of trust and equity and lawful legal comparisons and realms that we're in right now. This is all being forgotten, and it's going to be left. And then once it's left and forgotten, man won't know. That's what it's. Everything's being erased and going over. Once this 5G kicks off with the quantum computing, there really is not much of a chance for many of us to combat that digitally, electronically. We've got 6 months at best before 5G system is outlined. That's why it's outlined without any testing, and it's been done so fast. And where direct energy weapon is coming into effect in a sonic phonic radiation part of our biology that boils our blood, the oxygen within our blood cells. So thank you, O2 and other such companies that are bringing this to us on a realm. It's going to get forgotten, the technology. That's where I've looped this from and sidetracked, such as part 24 of the CPR, CPR 12, part 24, summary judgment, editorial introduction. The rules in this part provide a procedure by which the court may carry out part of its duty of active case management, the summary disposal of issues which do not need full investigation and trial. The issues disposed of may arise in claims, including claims under the alternative procedure for claims, counterclaims, third-party proceedings, or similar proceedings. The rules in this part permit summary disposal in 3 types of cases which under the previous High Court rules were dealt with by separate provisions. Summary judgment, RSC Order 14, summary disposal of a case on a point of law, and striking out pleadings, Order 18, Revision 19. Part 24 also permits the court to summarily dispose of cases and issue in 3 additional types of cases, allowing summary judgment against the claimant where on all the facts the claim has no reasonable prospect of success, allowing the summary disposal of preliminary issues where the court is satisfied that those issues do not need full investigation and trial, and 3, allowing the court to fix summary judgment hearings of its own initiative. There is a substantial overlap between blah, 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 blah. So, related sources. The court's power to make an order of its own initiative. The court's power to strike out a statement of case. General rules about applications for court orders. Summary judgment, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is all important, what we were talking about. I'm going to upload this document at the weekend for civil procedure rules. And, you know, it does go back to something like 98, to be fair, and it will have got a lot of information in there with regards to, you know, the knowledge that we're losing, the consciousness that we're at here, the responsibility that man's got. The establishment has never done anything good for man. When anything ever has been invented, discovered, you know, the invention of the word processor, yeah, I looked at the lady that invented that and where she lived by accident. Yeah, looking at technology, I was looking at the way that they first hacked a telephone line. It was deaf folk, a deaf man sat there, listened to the tone once, you know, on the old wireless. Oh, hello, Moscow. And he was listening and he whistled the tone and something happened at the other end. And he talked to the machine phonetically and he whistled different tones and he realized he could dial by whistling. And then he started hacking into the lines and making free calls because they hadn't called. And wow, technology, things that happen that you find. It's man that finds out this stuff, like the lady that made the word processor and what it was called, the word data input thing, block, you know, and how it functioned and how we got onto word processing. These things that look, drones at Gatwick, okay, Elizabeth, monarchy, government, parliament. If there was a fear of drones, yeah, ever to be had, Matthew in Sheffield also commented on this, that he's seen videos of drones that fire webs, yeah, a web. It's called an attack air defense drone. It's been out over 2 years and they sell them domestically. They are able for you to commercially intercourse with your person on the international markets there, submit your transaction and your authentication number for your order that you give. Your order will be answered. You will be presented with a bill for your order. You pay the bill on your order and your item is dispatched across the realm from Hong Kong, Tokyo, China or Japan, America, Europe, and you end up with a drone, an attack stealth drone that fires webs, and it's got lasers. It does all kinds of stuff. There are many of them out there. So the fact that the government hasn't already got a contingency plan in place for something like this, you know, when we have 9/11 and in America and the September issue there and the July train issues where we had simultaneous training and prevention going off while it was actually happening. You know, these are the kind of countermeasures that these clever folk put into place. You know, they'll run around and tell you that there's a level, you know, whatever, or DEFCON going off for something here and there, and they envisage an attack coming from a country far away, no, from homegrown lands, and they will get you shit scared, you know, so you don't want to go out. So you welcome martial law, because at Christmas time, you know, we couldn't go anywhere, mummy and daddy, because the drones were in Gatwick, you know, and everything was cancelled. 10,000 of them. Well, they should be paying out for their failure, a bit like the deaths on the, we'll say 2,500, is it broadcast on the wireless last week, possible deaths last year from homelessness, and it's expected to go up rapid. Yes, like rapid, over 5 to 10 times the amount in the next year, the rate that it's going off. So why is there no provisions there? Why is there nothing in place? Why do we Brexit backstop? It's just a joke. Gatwick, drones. We can't run a bath, all right? Big John down the road, my mate Matt, Big Andy, I could run and put in businessmen, you know, actual businessmen now. That's who I mean, women and men of the pillars of community that run and help and support. Yeah, we could get together and do this a lot more efficiently with a system that Brother Jack Fresco invented called the Venus Project, and using systems on apps and central computers, get rid of the pale, stale and male environment that's chauvinistic, sexist, racist, and you know, pathological liars. You know, that they don't declare all of their accounts. You know, if anybody that's running a business, self-employed, sole trader, and you don't declare all of your income, pardon the terminology, I'm not speaking legalese, I'm at ease here, all right, I'm not in the army, I'm out in the private, all right there, yes, I'm in the private, I'm not a private, And yes, it's very interesting. You keep that money back, and the IRS or Inland Revenue find out about it. The Treasury want their cut. The tax office want their cut. Whose tax office? Whose treasury? Well, that'll be the Queen's, the Inland Revenue, Her Majesty's, HMRC, HMCTS, HM Army, Navy, and whatever. Well, the sovereigns are building up a family and a trust and a network and a domain. And thank you, one and all, family, brothers, sisters. I am, holding back here tremendously. And I'm going to chat about it later and thank you all later personally. What we're doing with the water, the branding, the education, the publication, the hangouts, endorsement to some extent, and the further work and the further remedy with the DWP ESA, our understanding and complexity within all areas within law, not being an expert in any of them, but just, proficient enough and confident enough and knowledgeable enough and honourable enough and with the clean hands and with the covenant of the Creator still intact. We can assemble something here just right and proper. The national land that is held by our claim of right by this corporate oppressive stronghold, yes, is held in the National Trust. We have a land registry, and we realise that the register and record and what's happened here. And because this is happening so fast, it's happening quicker than we can assemble. So we need to assemble faster, is what it tells us. Yeah. So thank you. We have much remedy to come next year. I'm going to be back with a massive hangout in a few hours, and we are going to get down and dirty, is all I can say, whilst remaining in honour with clean hands as much as that's possible. It is on. Yes, it was one of the CPR rules that we are proud of learning, not learning, but having to reference. I don't know to repeat them all offhand. What I repeat is my ethics and morality and my belief. I don't need a book to refer to every day or codes or, hundreds of pages. I don't need a Bible. I haven't got a Bible. I have faith. And I operate by my heart and logic and mind and my synchronicities. Listen to this then. Sat with Anne-Marie and Yanka the other day. We were just chilling out one of the 4 days where I've been off since the 21st and not doing a lot. And I got up. Thought I'm gonna be throwing the rules out the window for a few days. I'm not one of them men that ruined these periods and moan about everything and go on about the starving and etc. I pick a time and a place, and I embrace it as much as I can, knowing that I'm doing an honourable thing and the balance is restored. And I got up and got some trifle from the fridge, and I sat with the girls, and I was eating my trifle, and no sooner had I sat down and had a spoonful, the bloke on the film on the TV that I'd not seen and I wasn't really paying attention to said, "Don't trifle with me." And Anne-Marie just looked and went, "Wow, it's happening again." And there was more synchronicities, incredible ones. I was talking about the Queen's speech as we was eating dinner, because today is Christmas Day for you, but yesterday was Christmas Day, the 24th, talking about calendars being swapped and, 28 days and 13 calendars from the Mayan calendar. Hungarians, Magyar, have the Christmas Day on the 24th. And we had Christmas dinner on the 24th. So today was just like an extra day of joy and niceness, to be fair, and balance. And yes, while we was eating the meal today, I've been here with my head in the files and the USBs and the documents and the legal publications and the CPR shadow. Yes, even on the 25th, the machine doesn't sleep, neither do indigos. We're on it and all is well. And I was late for this dinner today, so I scooted across the road. Literally, that's where the other part of the family is, across the road, which helps. And I got there and sat down and was munching away. And I said, "Sorry, I'm late. I was, sorting the Queen's speech. It was about 3:15 when I got there." And as I said Queen's speech, Anne-Marie's phone binged, and a message came up saying, "Do you want to watch the Queen's speech?" And I was like, Yanka went, "You've got the synchronicity again." Dad's on it. We're in it. So thank you all. And yes, like I say, unfettered mind. Income is not defined income. We're speaking Anglo Babble here. We're not legalesing it up. This is the 25th. We are at ease, soldiers. You are in the privates, and you are welcome to join me in, we'll say, 2 hours, 2.5 hours for a thank you to YouTube and a recording of my browsing history. For those going forward that won't be here. the video will be, and you'll see this last year some of my important videos are successes, the remedies leading up to this DWP ESA hype that we're getting, testimonials and, you know, equitable remedies by man for man is exactly what we're about. And if that doesn't, you know, say it enough, then, you know, I can't say it. A t-shirt and a hoodie doesn't say it. A video and a seminar doesn't say it. You say it when you say it best. I'm going to go Ronan Keating, and I have to be careful not to go into, and you say it best, you know, the best don't mess with the rest. Thank you. You know, you are the best. Together we are the best. Trumpet, new subscriber, new name at least. Thank you. Delete the elite. Mad Pie Man, the Queen's speech is a spell she casts on her obedient. Well said, Mad, of the Pie Man clan. Like Earth Espresso, I do like that name. Lizard's Breath, Elizabeth. Yeah, phonics, etymology. Well said. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, right. So we're going to join up later on. All right. I hope you've had an excellent day. Much love and blessings to you, your family, the little ones, the assets, the sons and daughters, the stars that shine so bright. Our gifts in this present. Yes, you, the stars, the Holy Trinity, the heart, the mind. Well, as the mind, the body, and the soul. The soul is the heart, the Kundalini, the essence, the spirit, the Krishna, the Christos. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Santos, for such deepness and lifting the veil. I need to get hold of lifting the veil. Universe, YouTube, brothers and sisters, if this man is reachable, along with Romley, there are two things for 2019 that need to happen. Three things. Santos needs to come back with Soulmate if possible, and we can help with the request that was put out on the 3-hour video from this year that's on this channel with regards to the denial of the rites of passage for Sister Violet by the government and its policy. I told him the angle and the instrumentation and what the you know, stuff that we would argue is best doing once they you know, make a private decision and go the way. We are here to offer support and help for that, and we've put a call out across the continent to the US of A. Inc. Incorporated, the landmass known as Daddy Yankee. And we've said, you know, there's a personal request gone out in the form of help, support, kinship, brotherhood, sisterhood, and also knowledge database helping. Yeah, so, wow, and lifting the veil, need to have a chat. I need to say hello. I think we could actually yeah, line something really, really good up there. I'm not sure of his real name, but if you haven't gone to the channel, you'll be seeing it in a few hours. And yeah, I could cry with happiness when I find channels like that. And if you haven't seen it, it'll be my pleasure to introduce him to you along with others. And Romley, if you're out there, brother, man needs to link big time. We really do. Ciao, bello sovereigns, brothers, sisters. We're going to say ciao for now. I'll be back later. I'm going to leave the laptop exactly as it is, and this microphone will be working crystal clear. I'll try and get the video sound to come through whilst we're off air, because I'll need that to play the videos later for you to hear it. Thanks very much, Accept Elizabeth. You let us down. You did not deliver the gift that we was expecting. There was nothing there. It was like pulling a cracker and finding out there was nothing inside. Goodbye, good night, stay sovereign. Bless you all.